ladies, welcome to our sexual health part of our party. So a lot of ladies, they come to these parties not just to be entertained, but they also come to be educated. We like to learn about our bodies and figure out what's going on and everything like that. So I'm going to kind of quickly go over some real quick sexual health and where our products help with that. All right, so because you may have noticed that most of the time women are more like crock pots, men are more like microwaves, men are more physical and visual type of creatures, whereas we are more mental. So that's where, you know, if your honey's going downtown, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's downtown for 20 to 40 minutes. I mean, if he is, great, good for you, good for him, high fives all around. Or he needs to practice his ABCs a little bit better. Tell him to spell your name, okay? So, but it's just a mental game for us. So that's where getting ready for the evening, playing some foreplay games, or getting an erotic massage, things like that will help with the foreplay process, all right? So, but whenever we aren't fully aroused, our bodies are only maybe about 2 to 3 inches in depth, but the more and more aroused we get, the more and more we kind of open up like an umbrella up to 200 times its size, where we're able to accept anywhere between 6 to 8 inches. Along with that, we are producing our own lubrication, but sometimes our bodies, it has a little bit of a hard time catching up to our brains. So a good example of that is if you've ever had the wham bam, thank you ma'am, and you're just like trying to take one for your team, and then you guys like, I got you, baby. No, it's going to throw off your pH balance, get you a coochie cold, all that. So use a lubricant. It's going to be a lot better, okay? So, but if you've ever done that and you tried to take one for the team and you did that, oh, I think I got it, ow, no, wait, okay, all right. And then that wham, bam, thank you, ma'am turns into a marathon session. You're calling your BFF the next day and you're like, oh my God, girl, you'll never believe the night that I had last night. I'm walking funny and everything. He tore it up. So if you're laughing a little bit too hard at this video, then that means that you should have used a lubricant. That sensation that you're feeling is vaginal tearing, and too much vaginal tearing leads to scar tissuing. Too much scar tissuing leads to desensitization. So if you need to take a second, pause this video, be like, I am so sorry to your vagina. That's totally okay. But next time, use a lubricant, all right? So we have 2 different really awesome lubricants. So both of these are going to be water-based, and they're going to work for 12 hours, and they're going to be re-wetting. So that doesn't mean that you put it on in the morning before you go to work, and then you're walking around like you just got done with the gynecologist's office, and they give you that one napkin to go and clean up with, and you're just like, squish, squish, squish. I hope nobody else can feel this. It's not going to be like that, okay? It's water-based. It's going to absorb into the vaginal tissue. It's not going to feel all slimy and gross where it's getting on your hands, his hands, the pillowcase on his back, trying to wipe it all off all over different places. It's not going to be like that, all right? So, but I'll tell you the difference between the 2 because both are that water-based 12 hours in re-wetting. So this one is our Euphoria water-based lubricant, all right? So with this one, it's FDA approved, it's condom friendly, and it's pH balanced, all right? That, and it's a beautiful bottle, and the pumps are perfectly measured to where all you need is 1 pump. All right, so this one is our new Healy CBD lubricant. Trying to find the angle. There we go. All right, so y'all get what you get, okay? So, but with the CBD, how this works is it's going to help relax everything. So if you do have where it's very painful for sex, it shouldn't be. It should be fun. It should be pleasurable. All right, this is going to help calm that down. Or if you've ever experienced any kind of body trauma, anything like that, this is going to help. Or if you just need a really good lube, that's going to be good for that marathon session or backdoor play or water play or anything like that, but you don't want to deal with the mess, this is going to be your lubricant. This one is amazing. I get equal reviews on both of these. They're my top sellers, believe it or not, all right? So every woman deserves to have a really great lubricant, okay? So now back to our whole angina. So you're going this way because we call it a angina because I'm not showing my vagina. It's not that kind of video, all right? So, but this is my angina. So the whole thing is actually called a vulva, not a vagina. The only part of the vagina that can be seen is going to be the part that is from the outside with the vaginal opening, all right? So on top we have our pubic bone, all right, our pubis. That's where our pubic hair is, all right? And then we have our labia majora, Also, that's where your pubic hair used to be, I should say, because you're using coochie to shave with now. All right, but then we also have our labia minora, which is going to be AKA the lips. But then on top, we have that thick, dense piece of tissue known as the clitoris that's by the urethra, right? We have 8 to 12,000 nerve endings just in the head of it alone, all right, okay? So we also have more that run down the labia and straddles the vaginal opening, kind of like a wishbone, about 3 to 6 inches worth. Don't let him know that I told you if you're longer than him, okay? He won't let you watch another one of my videos, all right? So, but we are capable of erections. So we do need blood flow in order to achieve orgasm. So the difference between us and the guys, they get erect going out, we get erect back into our bodies to what's known as the G-spot. All right, so most women haven't experienced a G-spot orgasm because they stop themselves, but we're gonna go over that here in a second, okay? So with the clitoris, you're gonna use our Euphoria enhancement gel. So if you need that foreplay in a bottle where you're like, Jennifer, I don't have 20 to 40 minutes, but I got like 5, I got you, girl. Okay, so with this one, you just take 1 pump, 1 ladies. 1, you do anything more than that, you're gonna be calling me. I'm gonna be like, girl, I told you so, walk around the block real fast, okay? So just 1 pump, rub it on in, it's gonna start working really fast. So this is not something that you put on 12 hours in advance. It is not something that you get cute with before your honey gets home because he's gonna get stuck at that one red light in town. That's gonna take a little bit too long, okay? He's gonna find you spread eagle with the ceiling fan on high, all sorts of vegetables laying around. He's gonna be like, oh my God, babe, what are you doing? You're gonna be like, oh my God, why couldn't you get here sitting at the door? Now I've started looking real good, babe. All right, so in the moment type of product. It's gonna give you an orgasm that's gonna be so quick, so intense that you're gonna be screaming his name, my name, neighbor's gonna be screaming my name. I want what she's having. You can forward this YouTube video to him, okay? So that's our Euphoria enhancement gel. You can go ahead and write that down if you need to, okay? So now, like I was saying, with the G-spot, we have GPS, which is going to help find your G-spot for you. Because like I said, most women had stopped themselves. They haven't experienced an orgasm or G-spot orgasm before, okay? So in the process of you getting your Laney boner, what is happening is you're getting erect and it's pushing up against the bladder. The G-spot is swelling and pushing up against the bladder, sending that signal to your brain saying, hey, you gotta go pee. So you run to the bathroom and you try to sit there, you try to go pee, nothing happens, all right? That's what's happening, okay? Because you ever be in that moment where you're just like, oh my God, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, and then you're like, stop everything, all right? You can't come and go at the same time. It's physically impossible. So in that process, just work past that, all right? So some ladies are like, oh my God, Jennifer, but I can't come and go at the same time. It went everywhere. All right, we have between the sheets for that. That's gonna help be a linen spray. It's gonna help absorb the wet spot, okay? Or the cuddle puddle, whatever you wanna call it, all right? But in that process, what is happening is the G-spot is swelling and it's also pinching off the urethra to where you cannot express your bladder. It's physically impossible. That's why you're sitting there and nothing's happening, all right? Because your boner is literally keeping you from going pee, all right? So, but there's also gonna be fluid that gets expressed. It gets transferred through the Skene's gland and gets expressed the rest of the way out the urethra. There's literally no difference between female ejaculation and male ejaculation except for they have semen, we don't, okay? So, female ejaculation is basically the same type of consistency as male ejaculation, whereas we also experience squirting too, which is totally different. That is going to be more water-like fluid where it looks like Shamu just splashed out the panties, okay? So with the GPS, how this product works, you take 1 to 2 pumps, and if you've ever self-discovered you had 2 fingers in up over the pubic bone doing a come hither type of motion, all right, on the belly button side, you might have felt something that feels like a thick, dense piece of tissue, like a walnut, or the roof of your mouth type of consistency. That's where you're gonna apply this, all right? You're gonna work it on in and then go about your foreplay routine, and it's gonna help you get there so much faster and so much more intense and so much more amazing. All right, ladies, so that is our little basic health anatomy. So can't wait to see you guys on the next video learning about our TLC, how we're gonna take care of our toy totes properly. So y'all have a fantastic night. Bye.